Alright everyone, welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Well, today is March the 27th, and on this day in 47 BC, Cleopatra, one of the most famous queens in all of the world, and probably the most famous queen of Egypt, is reinstated as pharaoh. So, this pretty big deal. It will decide the fate of Egyptian politics for the next 20 years and beyond. But Cleopatra, obviously, she gets ousted. So she gets ousted by her brother. Cleopatra, obviously, very, very, very well known. But she gets ousted by her brother as ruler for like 3 years before this. But she doesn't just sit idly in exile like some would have done. Jasper's trying to get Ricky's attention, as you can see. But a lot of people would have just sat in exile, been like, okay, whatever, because she still was given some things. But no, she decides she's going to build an army. She builds an army, marches on her brother to try to take this back. This is what she wants. So she tries to take it back. She's initially outnumbered and probably would have lost there. However, she gains a quite powerful ally. That ally being Julius Caesar. She becomes Caesar's lover. Potentially has his son. Now, obviously, we don't know for sure on that. It's one of those things that was claimed, but obviously, do we have any concrete proof? No, of course not. It's been over 2,000 years at this point. Getting concrete proof of something like that, a little difficult. But anyway, she actually, funnily enough, there's a story about how she sneaks into Caesar's quarters by getting herself wrapped into a robe and delivered to him, and then she's naked in the robe, and yeah, I'm sure you can guess the rest. But obviously, once again, don't know if that story's true, but might have been. But with the help of Julius Caesar, she's able to crush her brother, who, while fleeing, ends up drowning, actually. And she becomes the pharaoh of Egypt for the next 20 years. And after her death, she is the last Ptolemaic ruler of Egypt, the last Ptolemaic pharaoh. A Greek family that had been ruling since the time of Alexander the Great. So, it's pretty sad end. And her end kind of goes a little bit more grandiose with a whole bunch of other things. But that's for another time. And now you know.